Good morning, everyone. Congratulations, we made it to the middle of the week.
Yay!
We're halfway there. Okay, it's Wednesday, January 21st. That's Phoenix. I'm Kate. Good morning. We're joined by a few lovely ladies as well. All moms on the panel today.
All moms.
Yeah, we've got Andrea Yervella, who's one of the top 10 mompreneurs. You'll be finding out soon if you are the top mompreneur.
In March, right?
March, yeah. Started a project or a company called Schoolworks. We also have Tiffany Austin, who is a blogger from Good Enough Mummy, and you're also a teacher, so welcome. And Nicole McPherson, you've got a couple of blogs going on as well. You blog for Yummy Mummy, and you also blog for Girl in a Boy House.
That's right, yes.
You've got some competing themes there. So we'll be talking to you in just a few moments.
You know, before the break, we asked our trending poll question. We should ask this question of the ladies here, our panelists. Are kids more mature today than 5 years ago? Ladies, are kids more mature today than they are 5 years ago? You're shaking your head, Tiffany.
I would say no.
Not at all.
Are they the same or?
Well, I think there's so much pressure put on parents now to make their kids succeed, that we were talking earlier about the snowplow parenting, about how sometimes we're just plowing through and I guess taking away that opportunity of them to be resilient through certain challenges, that it's really difficult for them to have those coping mechanisms in order to be successful. So I think, you know, in that way we're kind of doing a disservice to our kids. So
we want them to grow up so fast, don't we?
Yeah, I just find though that like with my own children, I don't remember being so into what my parents and adults were discussing, and I find that my kids are more in tune with what is going on with the world around them versus when I was younger. I was like, oh, the news is on, I'm not listening, you know, I'm doing my own thing, whereas they actually tune in quite a bit more.
Is that maybe because of Twitter, social media, more access to television?
So I think, you know, I'd say in certain regards their maturity isn't as, it hasn't changed, but you know, in terms of other things, yes, I think they are more mature in terms of like the social media and that kind of stuff.
Nicole, maybe they're just more aware.
Maybe, yes.
Maybe it's just more of awareness than anything else. They may not understand it, but they're just aware.
Well, quite often I'll be doing something and my kids will say, is that going to go on Twitter? Is that going to go on Facebook?
Right.
Or I'll take a picture of the food I'm cooking and they'll say, oh, Instagram, you know, so they do know that. I was going to say, kids dress a lot more mature than they did 5 years ago. If you look at the sort of clothing styles, I would say that they're a lot more adult than they used to be.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I think it's a bad thing, actually. So.
Let them be kids.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
Wear those holes in the, you know, in the jeans. Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Let them play. Yeah.
Boy, isn't that the truth? And sometimes they hear it from their grandmas and grandpas. You know, why is it you've got holes in your jeans? You know, I can remember when I was a kid, my parents never blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And maybe we're just more as parents. We're just more it's okay. Be a kid. Have fun. Roll in the mud.
Yeah, get dirty.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But there are extremes though. We've all met parents who are one way or the other way. Just let them go. Let them be kids. Yeah, let them be kids. Okay, so let's have some fun with this. Today is also a unique day because not only is it National Hugging Day, which is pretty cool, it's also National Squirrel Appreciation Day.
I don't know how those two items get the same
Hug a
day.
squirrel. So hugging. Why is hugging important, ladies?
Well, I am a major hugger. I hug my friends, I hug my kids, I even hug my husband.
You're one of those, eh?
I'm even sometimes I'm a cheek kisser, but then I wear a lot of lipstick, so that's usually not a popular thing to do. But yeah, no, I think it's a great way to connect with people and show them
starting
that
with your kids.
It's starting with your kids. First thing in the morning, we always get a hug. So.
They say you need 10 meaningful touches a day. So
really?
No kidding.
Just to be emotionally stable.
Okay, there's one, there's two, there's three. Kate, give me one. There's four. Okay, good. So I got 6 more to go. Really, a meaningful touch. 10 of them.
Meaningful touches. So just a tap on the shoulder, or I think just for emotional stability and emotional health.
Connection.
Yeah.
It's a way to connect, and especially in our world that is so not connected through, you know, just on social media. To have that touch is,
that connection.
I think, is important.
Yeah, we've lost it over the years.
There's an energy that you can.
We have.
Yeah, it's energy between two people that people need to feel that.
Yeah.
Social media doesn't give you that, so.
We can text
Boy, that's
hugs.
true.
You can text
XO,
hugs
XO.
now.
Not quite the same.
It's not really the same.
And you know, that's another big topic too. You're absolutely right. What has the internet, what has social media done for us? It's, in a way, it's kind of drawn us away from that, what you were saying, Tiffany, that connection. You know, even just talking to my kids, they text all the time. I know we're digressing a little bit, but real quickly, my kids like to text all the time. And I say, pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Have a conversation with somebody, that connection. And maybe that's what this is all about, National Hugging Day, is providing that connection and reminding
Getting back
ourselves.
to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good old-fashioned, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Having that conversation, you know? Yeah.
I've started phoning people. That's a side note. I stopped texting my friends and start
On
phoning
purpose?
them. Yeah. I want to hear their voice.
And is the first thing they say to you, what's wrong, Kate?
Yeah.
That feels revolutionary.
No, they don't answer because they don't know. They're like, my phone rang. What does that mean? So,
What was that one, you were telling me that one device that somebody has, it's like a phone that they connect to their...
yeah, you can get the old school handheld phone. You can attach it to your iPhone, just put it in and put your phone in your pocket and just walk around like that.
This young lady is also doing quite some amazing things too. Her name is Tiffany Austin, the Good Enough Mummy. She's a teacher, she's a writer, she is of course a mom as well too. A grade 4 teacher. How long have you been teaching?
This is my 8th year.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
you still have your
thank you.
sanity.
I do, yeah. It ebbs and flows throughout the years. So.
I bet it does. Mummy resolutions. Now you also write a blog as well too. The blog is called The Good Enough Mummy. Now enough is spelled, ironically, wrong because she's a teacher. It's spelled E-N-U-F. The Good Enough Mummy. Mummy resolutions, 4 ways to make life manageable in the new year.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the blog, the reason I started the blog is I just felt like it was really important for moms especially to feel like we don't have to do it all the time, that sometimes it's just good enough to be good enough, whatever we've accomplished in that day.
Right. So be present is your first tip.
Yeah, so part of, you know, unplugging from social media, being present in that moment and just relishing that time to just, you know, sit down and read a book and be in the moment with your kids, to snuggle up and watch a movie and not be texting or trying to do work on the computer at the same time. I know I'm really bad for that because I'm also doing my master's, so I always have a million and one things I could be doing, but just slowing down and just relishing those.
We always make a point in our family is that when we have dinner, when we have breakfast together, we don't have lunch because I'm obviously working, but when we sit down at the table, electronics are turned off, the TV's turned off, and it's just a moment amongst the 4 of us. And that, I believe, speaks to what you're saying about being present. We forget that we are so busy in our worlds that we don't have time to say, hey, Kate, how was your day? Because I'm too busy. We have to take a moment to be present. Let it go.
The second tip was let it go, and I always have the Frozen theme song playing in my head when I say that. But if that helps you to remember it, I think that's good too. So part of letting it go is just forgiving yourself for the things that don't go well in a day. I think as moms, there can be many things leading up to things that didn't go well, or temper tantrums, or, you know, burnt toast, and it's easy to get caught up in those little moments. But just to let it go, and kind of relating to tip number 3, which is to focus on the positive.
It's like de-stressing as well too. When I was reading this about let it go, I felt the same, like just because we're all like this, we're so tense. Breathe. Let
Forgive
it go.
yourself.
Just sing the song in your head. That'll stress you out though, because it'll get stuck in your head.
I do that to my students too. I often just break out into songs. So.
Wow, nice.
What a nice teacher. I wish I had you.
Think positive.
I think part of that is, you know, when you are able to let it go, just to focus on the positive. And with my students actually this year, we did a challenge called A Complaint-Free World.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a nonprofit organization that is trying to spread the word about being positive. And so you have a bracelet to remind you when you complain, the idea is to switch the bracelet to the next wrist. And it makes you more aware of how often you complain. But the goal is to go 21 days without complaining, because they say it takes 21 days to break a habit. And their belief is really that if just 1% of our world's population was to be able to come complaint-free, that it would really change the world. And so it's based on actually Maya Angelou's quote, if you don't like something, change it. And if you can't change it, change the way that you think about it.
That you think about it.
Yeah.
Which leads to number 4 of your 4 ways to make life manageable in the new year. Ask for what I need and be specific.
Yes, especially with our husbands, I think.
Hey.
But to be fair to them too, because I think, you know, so often as moms we take everything on ourselves. We want to do everything ourselves. We want to be that super mom that's on Pinterest and, you know, doing it all. And I think we just need to let go of some of that responsibility and say, hey, honey, would you mind unloading the dishwasher? Or I just really am feeling overwhelmed right now. I need to go for a walk. I think that's really important to communicate with your partner.
Do you think sites like Pinterest have actually made it more stressful for moms? Because now you're looking at other people and comparing?
Exactly. Yeah, I think, well, I've had a few Pinterest fails myself, but yeah, sometimes it feels like that pressure to live up, especially with birthday parties. I feel like it's gotten completely out of control these days.
Oh, that's another topic right there,
yeah,
too.
exactly. So
Tiffany Austin, the Good Enough Mummy teacher, writer, and mom. The blog again is called The Good Enough Mummy. So great to have you here on panel this morning.